just a miracle that she's lightweight. Otherwise, she would be flat out, no question, the best. But dying early is a bit obnoxious, and her rolls are genuinely bad if you don't activate Bat Within. So, I mean, then again, Bat Within is its own whole can of worms. So.
Isn't it a frame one? Yeah, and you take half the damage. That's actually stupid to say. I hate
anyway,
that.
Starting out, that was actually good awareness from Pwndahbear to realize ledge drop bullet arts was coming out. Bullet climax, rather. Bullet arts is just so blue.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you know that.
Getting big. Actually, I didn't like the option to go for up smash there.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I think an up tilt was probably what he was looking for instead, so that he could get some juggles going. But as you see, we got things pretty evened out. Going for trades. Witch twist. Forward air. He's getting the change. Oh, good air dodge out. No punish on his landing leg, so land on the platform. See, this is the main thing which makes Bayonetta so difficult to deal with for so many characters is the quick burst escape option that comes from afterburner kick in midair and the ladder combo taking it out and get the first stock. But yeah, that dive kick of hers is really difficult to handle for most people because it's just so much burst mobility. She's not the only one with burst mobility, though. I mean, it's part of what makes Zero Suit's disadvantages so good is because their respective down Bs are just these instant, you can't challenge this moves.
Yeah.
So.
And, yeah, not.
Oh, that was actually good.
Yeah,
that was really brave.
I wouldn't have expected that.
Because, yeah, if he was just a little bit lower, that would have gotten beat out by the Witch Twist hitbox, and he might have been laddered right up there. Instead, working out in his favor, so even stop game, not even percentages. Taking a little bit for those witch times. He's gonna have to be a little careful about that.
Yeah.
The more you spam witch time, even if it doesn't activate, the less amount of time you have to actually punish somebody with it. Good patience to try and get that to mitigate the damage, and he gets the stock ladder coming through.
Yep.
So the thing with Bayonetta's ladder, the ideal thing you're supposed to try and do is you want to, right out the gate, you want to try and SDI down. You can't fall out of it, but what that does is it does make the follow-up DI a little harder to read.
Right.
She can still read it though. But that's the main thing, is you have to start SDIing down, and then you have to try and mix up your DI. You have to predict which direction you're going to be sent out by Witch Twist, because it's really hard to tell if you're going to go right or left, to be honest.
Yeah, it is.
And here we actually have Pwndahbear making a rare switch and pulling out a Corrin, of all people.
Yup.
A move I respect a lot, although he's not using Corrin, which is a bad call. It's
Corrin,
because that is by far the best looking alt in the entire game. That
I don't
orange
know about
and blue
that.
armor.
That is pretty good though.
It's so good. But we're going with the bubblegum Corrin. Not a bad call. What we're going to be looking for here is what I want to see him use, which is what I want to see all Corrins use, to be honest, because too many Corrins are hesitant about it, is just abuse the hell out of side B.
Yeah,
like,
it's so
honestly,
good. It's actually ridiculous.
That move is... people are hesitant to throw it out too much because they're like, oh, what if I get red? And like, what if they just know it's coming? A lot of characters still can't punish it. Oh, and we get the side B or the forward air
combo.
Not gonna be able to kill with it though.
He's doing a really good job of pushing him out though with those.
Yeah, that's the main thing with Corrin though, is side B is just such a nutty move that it really should be just thrown out.
Oh, do you see that?
The lingering hitbox of dash attack is going to manage to protect him there.
And I think his foot might have actually gone under Corrin, since Corrin kind of like spins in the air.
Gets the counter surge. Of course, that's post-patch. That's not going to kill on such a weak move like that quite yet, but I like that option, and that is something Bayonetta's going to have to respect, because any sort of big option can be countered, and if that counter activates, you can't punish it. Like, just can't. Falls out of the ladder, good stuff.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting battle of counters, I suppose.
Back air stuffing it. Something I've noticed that Angelo is really quick to go for in terms of punishes is this forward smash. Would like to see it a little less, if I'm honest. Corrin's forward smash is powerful for the amount of range it has, and of course, you can't just rush in on it because of the charging hitbox. But in all other respects, it's pretty mediocre. Like, if you don't tipper that, it's not a very strong move.
Yeah.
And it has quite a considerable bit of end lag to it. Forward air, not going to kill.
Wish I could do that with Toon Link. Just
Oh,
down
that's
air
gonna
whenever.
do it. Dragon Fang shot into the bite. Going to kill. That would have killed at about 70 with this amount of rage. That bite move is absolutely nutty in terms of strength.
Yeah, and a ton of shield damage as
Gets
well.
caught trying to counter. Not going to get laddered. Too much percent now. See, that was really smart. That's what's so good is the downward angled afterburner kick. It's a dive kick. It's the only dive kick in the whole game that like works properly. It's so hard to punish. There's such a good move for it. Not gonna fall for the same trick twice. That was actually a really clever punish that he was going for there. It just didn't work out, unfortunately. Jab not gonna kill, but is gonna do huge damage.
Bayonetta, or Corrin living extremely long. Bayonetta's not,
197.
you know, doesn't usually let their opponents live this long, so this is interesting.
Honestly, straight up, if he gets a tipper side B, he's gonna kill at like 40. Okay,
Yeah. Alright.
that rage is gone. So that is no longer a true statement. But
He runs off the stage and holds the A button. And freaking nairs is so good. Hitbox as long as you want it. It's kind of ridiculous.
so far, this counter pick actually working out pretty decently for Angelo. It's still definitely within Bayonetta. Let's not kid ourselves here, but and of course Nox also a really good player, and it has shown that he's able to do the ladder pretty consistently. So that's something that he's going to have to be wary about. The main thing is just not challenging Witch Twist and being careful about how you space things on Bayonetta's shield, because Witch Twist out of shield is going to get things started. Counter coming in. Oh, almost got the punish that he was looking for, of course. Not quite fast enough to get in range.
You know, I actually haven't seen Angelo use a grounded pin at all so far.
He hasn't, which
So-
surprises me, but I mean, he's making it work.
Ooh, oh, that
Forward
tipper.
smash, not gonna do
I don't know if it was
Wasn't
a tipper,
no.
yeah.
And that's what I was talking about. Forward smash is actually a pretty underwhelming move if you don't get the tipper on it. It's just good for space coverage more than anything.
Ooh, shield damage.
Oh, and he gets the call out with the jump above with up smash. Which is a very similar move to Sheik's up smash, like in almost all regards. They're practically the same move. So
Yeah, they
I think Sheik's has a bigger horizontal like launching hitbox. Like
Oh,
Sheik
yeah.
can scoop you up really effectively with it, whereas Corrin's is not quite that extreme. But either way, looks like we have the same characters coming out as we move on to Game 3. This rare treat. This is actually the first ever time I've seen Angelo not be playing Yoshi. Like,
Yeah, same.
friendlies or otherwise, I've never seen this man's Corrin. But
I don't think. Yeah, I've only seen his Yoshi.
it's decently well. He's getting by mostly on fundamentals, which is working out pretty well. I wonder if that was part of the counter pick, because Corrin is a pretty fundamental-based character if you aren't abusing side B, which,
Right,
as
right.
we know,
You
he's
can.
not.
Yeah, which is interesting. I've seen him like do it. Maybe he doesn't know how, or he's like, I don't know, because you know you have to like hit A then or B then A right after.
Yeah, and I mean, if you do it wrong too, then there's a chance that you just won't get the A input out, and
Yeah.
she'll just do the hop, and that leaves you so exposed if you
Yeah, it
don't
does.
get that pin actually out. Looks like we're going to Lilac for the counter picks. This is an interesting one. Might be playing on matchup inexperience, or at least a stage inexperience, because nobody picks Lilac in this area. I honestly think this is probably our least chosen stage in the aim smash region. Now that was a really good punish. Unfortunately, fell out of the afterburner kick and then got greedy with the nair. Smart use of which time? Oh, that
2 up tilt.
he's gonna try and get the ladder. Oh, and
We're
that's
going back down.
huge damage coming in. Corrin's down there does absolutely tremendous damage.
Does?
If you actually get someone caught into it. Not quite as extreme as like Yoshi's down air, but it still does like 20% if you get hit by all the hits. Like,
That's interesting. Oh, maybe this is why. That
Oh,
angle.
That might be, but yeah, that is a really difficult thing to challenge. One thing that he could do, if he is going to commit himself to bullet climax, you could see Corrin just toss out some counters, because you cannot counter, or you cannot punish a successful dragon counter. It has absolutely no cooldown whatsoever. So,
Yeah, maybe he can use
Meanwhile-
that as a bait.
meanwhile, forward air into up air is going to clear up the stock. Nox reaching a little bit with these forward smashes, but I think it will kill at this point. Gets caught countering a little close. I mean, obviously you can counter it on a whiff if they're within range. Bayonetta is up tilt, really difficult to challenge. And that was a really clean move. I don't think anybody was prepared for him to just go for that one. It's really good stuff like Nox there. Simple throw. Corrin, much like Martin, doesn't get a whole lot out of grabs. Also doesn't have a very good grab either. The but still, with Corrin, you find people shielding against you so often that you find yourself getting more grabs than you might actually want. I mean, damage is damage, and stage control is stage control, so we'll take what we can get there. As we can see here, Nox becoming savvy to the approach options here. He's mixing it up, shielding board climax, because you can shield that move, shield cancel that move for free. It's absolutely not punishable, unless he does it like right in your face, of course. But
right.
So I mean, it's a good bait. It's really similar to something like Sheik, just like charging a needle or two.
Looks like he messed up.
Try and go for the ladder. Oh, but he misses up the ladder. Not gonna get punished for it, but I like that. Instead of trying for the smash and sort of wondering if it would kill, he wanted to go for the like sort of guaranteed ladder conversion if he could manage to pull it off. Oh, if he had only known that was going to hit, he would have had that light charge. Not that it would have been difficult. Really hard to challenge Corrin's recovery. Technically, and he gets lilatted, unfortunately.
On his own counter
stage pick not going to work out. Set to losers in a close 2-1 set. Good stuff overall. Angelo, since when do you have Corrin? Since when? Since when do you have Corrin?